Hey lovelies, welcome back. It's your girl Katie here, and today's video is going to be if I could only keep 5 face palettes. Now, this is a mini series that I have going on my channel right now, and this is actually the last video in that series. So what it is I'm doing a challenge where I went through my face palettes, and if I could only keep 5, which 5 would I pick? So I went through, I picked out the 5, so I'm just going to show you which ones I picked and tell you guys why. But to no further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so if you do hear any background noise, I apologize. My husband and father-in-law are doing some work outside, so you may hear machinery or something in the background, so just ignore that. Alright, so I have my 5 in front of me. I don't have them in any particular order, so I'm just going to start with the first one that's in front of me. I did only pick 5 this time around just because I don't have a ton of face palettes, so I wanted to make the number a bit smaller this time around. So the first one I chose is this one from Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. This is the Bronze and Blush Duo. Now I know it doesn't have like all 3. It doesn't have blush, bronzer, highlighter, but I still consider this to be like a face palette. That's just me personally. So I have it in the shade Pink Me Up and Oh Honey. So here's what it looks like. And to be completely honest, at first, I didn't know if this palette was going to work for me, but the more I've used it, I think I've kind of scraped off the first layer. When I first got this, I didn't think the bronzer was going to work for me, but as the more I've used it, I think I kind of worked out that first layer, and it is pretty pigmented and it does work for me, so pretty happy about that. But I do really like this duo. The bronzer shade works well for me, and the blush shade is pretty pigmented, so I would definitely be keeping this in my collection. FYI, I've said this in almost every video in this series, but I'm not actually downsizing my collection or anything. This is just for fun and for the purpose of the video. And then the next one I would for sure keep is this Too Faced Natural Face Palette. Another side note, some of these may or may not be discontinued. I don't think they are, but I didn't limit myself this time around to only products you can still buy. I just went through my collection and chose the ones that I would genuinely want to keep. Anyway, so Too Faced Natural Face Palette. This is what it looks like. So yeah, I really like these blush shades in here, especially. Like these 2 blush shades, I just love to mix and match kind of together. I blend them together or dip into both and just kind of use them both. I will say that there's only one bronzer shade that I use in that one. It's this one. I like matte bronzers better than shimmery. And this one's pretty shimmery, so I don't usually use that one. But the highlighters are pretty nice too, and I can mix the 2 of them together. So yeah, overall, very nice palette. I have to say, Too Faced has like some of the best smelling products that I own. They always have like a nice scent to them. Alright, and then an oldie but a goodie, and this is a Cover FX palette. This is the Perfector Face palette here. It's in the shade Light Medium. Now this one comes with quite a bit, it has quite a bit in it. It has a brightening powder, it has a finishing powder, a blush, bronzer, and highlighters, 2 highlighters. But I really, really enjoy this bronzer shade here, or contour shade, whichever you want to call it, and I really like the blush shade. The highlighters can be almost too dark for me, but they are really, really pretty. Sorry if I'm blinding you. And then the brightening powder can also be used as a highlighter, or is a really good inner corner highlighter. And the face powder I honestly don't use that much, just being completely honest. It's got like a little bit of shimmer in it, which is not bad, but I don't know. I don't like a lot of shimmer all over my face. So we definitely keep that one. Alright guys, only 2 more, and one that I really, really enjoy. I think this is one of my favorite face palettes in my collection, is this Tardis Pro Glow palette. I don't really know, like I said, if you can get this or anymore. I think you can, but you may not. But I really, really like this one a lot. So this is the powder version. Now, I know they do have one that has cream products in it, but this is the powder only. So it comes 2 bronzers, 2 highlighters, and 2 blushes. I really like just mixing these 2 blushes together And this bronzer works really well for me. I don't use this one because it's a bit too orangey for me, but the highlighters are really, really pretty, and I just dip into both. So every time I've used this palette, I love it. So would definitely keep this one for sure. The last but not least is one from Benefit, and this is the Cheek Stars Reunion Tour palette. I bought this, I think, a couple of years ago. So it has, of course, one highlighter, then it has a blush, two blushes actually. Georgie's a blush, Sugar Bomb's a blush, and then it has the bronzer here, which is their famous Hoola bronzer. And then Dallas, they say is like a bronzing blush, I think is what they called it. What do they call it? A rosy bronze blush. So I guess it's technically a blush, but it doesn't look like a blush in my opinion. It looks more like a light bronzer, but maybe for like darker skin tones it would work. I don't know. That's just what they call it. But yeah, I really like this one. I like that it comes with Cookie and then the Hoola bronzer, and then this blush is interesting. It's not bad. It's not, yeah, it's like an interesting. At first, when I first bought this, I thought with that yellow shade up top, I was like, that's gonna be weird. But actually, if you just mix it together, it does make like a nice little blush shade. So don't let that scare you. See, it has like a nice peachy kind of toned blush. And then you can, of course, top that blush with Georgie, because Georgie's like it's more like a shine kind of thing. It's not really, it really doesn't have that much pigmentation, so you can't use it on its own, but it is like a good topper. So yeah, really, really happy with this palette here. But yeah, that is going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, this is the last video in the series that I've been doing here on this channel. I'll try to make a playlist and just put all the videos together, so that way if you do want to binge watch the series, you can find it more easily. But yeah, thanks again so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, because that really does help out my channel. And also let me know down in the comments what you thought of my 5 picks, and also let me know if you guys have any other video suggestions or any other series that you would like to see. Just let me know down in the comments, because I'd be happy to film that for you. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!